Hello everyone, I am the TheNinjamime, and I am here. I'm gonna play some Dragon Ball XenoVerse. This game just came out a little while ago. I was initially going to do a video where I started playing the game and just going through it all the way, but this game does put a pretty heavy emphasis on the single-player storyline, so you kind of have to go through that. It's a little different than the previous ones. So this is my character. Obviously, I like the color blue. Yeah, there's not too much to him right now. I mainly just punch people, but it's a fun game. What I like that it does differently is it does put such a big emphasis on the single-player story. You go through the game, you're actually working for Trunks and the Supreme Kai of Time, going through and trying to stop people who are corrupting the timeline, giving the villains more power than they used to have, or changing key events, like in the early episodes of the Saiyan Saga. What would happen if Gohan didn't hit Raditz and crack his chest plate, and he survives the special beam cannon? Or, what if he breaks Goku's full Nelson? And Goku is the only one who gets hit by the special beam cannon. So it changes stuff up. So basically, Trunks wishes for some help from the dragon, and you show up. You get pulled from wherever or whenever you were to this place, Toki Toki City, and you take part in quests and missions to try to restore the timeline. You can do this solo, you can have computer teammates, or you can play with actual other people if you want, which I'm not doing right now. This is mostly just to test out some of my new video recording situation. I know it may not be the loudest. This is the lowest I can set the volume of the game without actually turning it off, so just bear with me. And we are loading. This is the most exciting part. So, as you can see, you have your main character. This fight has 3 slots available. So I can add in any of the other characters in whatever costume they have. And if you look, the different costumes do affect their stats. For example, Kid Gohan in his dorky outfit is way more powerful than regular Kid Gohan. So as you go through the game and fight characters, and go through and do the missions, you do unlock characters to play with. And because I did the pre-order, I also have Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and your main character, and you can set up a bunch of different costumes to go with him. So I can choose to add in any of these players to fight with me, but I'm just going to do it by myself.
A Saiyan.
So the game is placed in 3D using a lock-on system.
Not bad.
So you do have to lock onto a character, so it is kind of tricky, especially when you're fighting multiple people, because you have to keep track of all 3 of them, and try to block and guard.
I can't keep up in this battle.
I usually focus on one person, ideally Yamcha, and just beat him into a bloody pulp. Krilling's next. So as you go through the game, you can pick on different characters like Krillin or Piccolo as mentors, and you can gain their skills, like Destructiveness.
Close. I thought it was done for.
You also get to choose a whole bunch of races to choose from when you create it. For example, I'm playing as a Saiyan, because, well, who wouldn't play the Saiyan? Though you can also be Frieza's race, an Namekian, human, or the Majin Buu race. A lot of this is taking inspiration from the Korean MMO that was out for a little while. Sadly, defunct, never made it over to North America. But, my funny idea in this game is that it might, if stuff like this goes well. Because instead of being just like a straight fighter like the other games, it does have a little more MMO-esque elements to it. and some elements of being a brawler as well. You also get a scouter, which you can use to look around the map, see important things like items that you can collect, which can be items you can use for crafting, or it could be clothing, or it could be the Dragon Balls. So it pays to collect them all. You also travel through different areas through these teleporty gates. Which is fun.
A Saiyan? There's others?
Yes, there are others, Gohan. I'm the granddaddy of all smackdowns on you.
So strong, but I won't lose!
I like Destructo Disc because it tends to home in on people. And Krillin's the first mentor you can take on.
You brat! What a bother! Saiyans aren't the only ones who are trained in the art of battle.
Yeah, so like see as it flashes up there because I beat Gohan. I want to free equipment.
What's that?
So you get some skills by using your mentor skills in battle, like so by spamming Destructo Disc. Or originally his first one you get is a melee combo.
You get interested.
Yeah. It's fun, like, actually taking part in the stories instead of just, for example, being Goku or Piccolo and beating down Raditz for the 1000th time. You actually get to go in and do it yourself, and a character that can reflect you. It's a neat take on it, and it makes me hope that someone actually will try to bring the anime to North America. Because, you know, MMOs are fun.
That's just like you. You'll just keep on getting better and better.
So B rank is alright. I've done better, but I've had help. So you get ranked based on how you play things in the game and other stuff you do. When you level up, you can choose to distribute points to different stats. So, like me, you can prefer brawling, just beating people down, or you can focus on ki blasts, which I find isn't as great for being a Saiyan. Well, that was annoying. Just because Saiyans don't recover ki naturally. Actually, I had to buy the ability that lets me regenerate ki, which is just like charging up in the older games. The music's fun too. A lot of the original voice actors did come back to work on the project. So if you were a Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and for the few of us who actually do like GT fan, there's a lot of voice work there. I'm going to show you what one of the when the actual main quest missions is like, and I think I'm going to take a little break from that. Lord Norrock and I have also worked today on us filming an episode of us playing Dead Space, so keep tuned for that. We're just waiting for it to do some editing on it. And hopefully we're going to get into a regular update schedule. I do plan on playing a couple games a day. I don't know how many I'm going to record, but I try to keep you up to date with this, with Carlin and I playing Dead Space, and we'll see where it goes. I also do have a blog now that I've been working on before, where I'm going to talk a lot about just games in general, my ideas on things that are happening there, whether in the news or gaming subculture. So feel free to check that out. That's going to update every Wednesday.